Hello everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. I'm here for some more foundation pages for both my 2023 December daily, but also the Holiday Memories album that I'm doing in the 10x8 format. And I have a whole bunch of ideas in my head. And so I've kind of stacked them together, and I thought I'd share with you my ideas and then the finished pages and them all be compact into one video for you. So the first one is the idea of these beautiful wreaths. I love these wreaths. They're so gorgeous. I love that they're on vellum. And I saw a Pinterest pin of this really cute ho ho ho, 3 different ones, and I just thought, you know, that'd be really cool as like if the O's were like photos or flip ups or something was kind of in my head. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, but and then I could make the H's out of pattern paper. And so that's my first idea here. I'm not sure I'm going to use all the H's out of this, but I do think because obviously green and red go so well together that at least one of them will be like that. And then I want to put it on this gorgeous piece of vellum. And my plan here is to fold this over on the line. So I'll score it, fold it over. And so I'll have just one side here, right, to work with putting those. And I might do 4 of them. I think I can do like this one falling off the page. This one can go off the page, you know. So this would be like an H, like an OH. So maybe I should put it, I don't know, maybe I need to put it up there so it's like oh ho ho. I don't know. Anyways, I think it'd be so much fun. And then just to have this little section to play with that and then have it flip open to these beautiful photos or stories or whatever it is. And I can either do that or I can fold this one as well. And then it can be, so it could have lots of stories, right? It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could have 9 sections for stories or whatever have you. And I could even, because I'll probably only use a little bit of this red, I could put it on the red paper as the backing, and then it can either go into, like I said, my December daily or my holiday memories album. I think if I was going to do my holiday memory one, I think that's where this one's going to go, because it gives me so many spots for documenting. I have lots of different ideas on how I want to do that album, but one of them is to take each of the past 10 years and have a little story all on their own, plus then the gathering of all the other stories told together. And so this would be a great option to do that. And like I said, fold it and then it can go in the middle, or there could be lots of different, you could even have it be sideways so that it folds out like this. And then it could fold up and have, like, if you take your photos that way, if that's your orientation more so than, you know, horizontal, that would be really cute. And then put that on a piece of fun pattern paper. Ooh, I kind of like that too. And then I could do, let's see, I'm gonna flip this over so I can see the vellum. You could do 1, 2, 3, 4. I could still do 4, like, and just play with all these wreaths. So anyways, that is my first kind of idea going on. So I'll get that one figured out and we'll see what that gets placed on. The next one is also using this grid paper. And when I was looking for pattern papers to place with that wreath, I came up with these ones because I just think they're so pretty together. However, I don't actually like them with the wreath paper, funny enough, so I'll grab that. I just thought it would be like, it's too, like, this one might work, but the rest of them I'm like, I don't know, I don't think it's gonna work. So that's why I decided to go with the other red instead. But I love these 4 together. So I needed a spot where I could have all 4 of them. And I found this. And again, I just thought maybe I could do like either 1, 2, 3, 4, have those be flipped up, and then these can all be photos, or I don't know. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I'm going to use these patterns and be able to put them on here in different ways. I might even be able to like do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, right? And then photos and flip ups and all sorts of fun things. So this is definitely going to stay as a 10x8 format and go into, again, my holiday album. And then this will also probably end up being for one of the Christmases to kind of document that year. And then I'd probably pair it next to a really large photo from that year, like my favorite photo, and pair it next to it. So each page is just of that year. All right, next up is just going to be a full-on Scraplift idea that I saw from Teresa Moxley, and I love everything she does. So she is working in a 6x8 album, which I love because I love seeing other people's ideas of 6x8s. I have this little bit of vellum left from the Ali Edwards handwriting because I used it for another project. And so I thought I'd cut it out of the side of the page protector. What I think is it like 7.25 by 8? I don't know. It's something. Maybe I'll have it pop up so you can see it if you don't know. And then you put the transparency on it. I think I would probably trim this part out. And then you have a little pocket, which I think is super cute. And then you can have some tags coming out of it. So this will be an easy one. I'm going to go ahead and stitch it. And that'll be really easy. I was also thinking, because this is kind of falling off the paper, that if I did it even so that the holes are on this side, and then whatever that turns out to be, and then this flipped over, and then it could be like a, I don't know, it could even flip this way, and then it could flip open, and then there'd be the tags. So lots of ways to utilize all the paper, but that'll be a pocket. That'll be a really easy one for me to stitch it. I have this idea, which I'm very excited to play with, and this I also think will end up going into my 10x8 album. But my plan is to do this on here, somehow get it together, like adhere it together, but turn it into a flip. And then I want to use these 2 large hearts from this year's release, like the add-ons that you could have got. And then I have a bunch of these little hearts from a couple years ago, and I thought I'd just place like 5 of them to present like this. I'll probably cover up the Not So Merry and Bright, unless I document. There was one year that was a little bit trickier than the other Christmases, so maybe I'll make it for that particular year. And then again, I would have something to cover up the transparentness, so I could have photos, and then, or my story, and then some photos. And again, I can have a little slice so that you could have tags to pop up, and then this would go ahead and be the story for that day. And then it could even be like this, so that it flips up, and then you flip it over, maybe more, and some more stories. I don't know, it could be like double-sided or something. I think it's possible too, I could have this be on this side, and we could almost have it there. I could put it in the album like this, have a lovely photo, and then flip it open, and then flip it open, and do that same idea. So lots of different options. I'm not quite sure how that one's going to come together. I did grab this as well, this transparency, because it does kind of add a little bit of protection, like, right, because it's busy pattern. So if I decided not to put anything on the back but wanted photos there, it's a good break. So I have that going on. And then I've got 2 more ideas. I think I've got 2 more. Let's see. I've got this one that is just, again, trying to use up some paper, but I happen to have this piece that worked perfectly. I did have to trim it a little bit to make it a little more centered. I don't think it's a perfect, but I'm like, this would be so fun as like a complete, like a flip book almost. So I've traced out this, I'll cut that up, put them like this. And then I'm not sure if I would have them be like scored so that it would then flip and flip with this photo, or if I'm going to have them be completely separate so there's not quite so much bulk, and then you will literally just flip through each one with the story photos and a little embellishment or something, and then stories photos and another one. And then I'm almost thinking of cutting this one too and having then a full page photo with the rest of the stories. This is kind of an idea similar to both Shuin and I think Ashley Horton's done something very similar to this, maybe not in this shape, but this kind of idea. So that one's gonna be awesome, go into the 10 by 8 album as well. It has to go, the holes have to go here because of the fact that with this pattern, I could only make this work in this direction. So this has to be a right facing thing. So my photo or whatever would be then on the left hand side. So we've got that one. And finally, I know there's so much, I have a lot running through my head. And sometimes I don't know how to, I have to think things through. And for me, sometimes recording them and then playing it back really, really helps. So I love this joy, right? This is gorgeous. I want to fussy cut it out. So I'm going to use the JOY for something in my actual December daily album, because my one little word or kind of reason why for this year is joy. And so I want to do that, but I also like how this, like you can tell what this says. And so I'm wanting to fussy cut this out and putting it at the top of something. So I thought that would look really cute. And then I just kind of gathered anything that was like joy related. So I have a card. I have this little transparency, which I thought if I cut that out and put it, you know, in there, I mean, there's all sorts of ideas. I have this joy to the world, send joy. I have a little tag that says joy. These moments of delight, I thought, I mean, because right, you enjoy simple joys, the joy in the chipboard, peace and joy, cheers and chaos, embracing it all. So I thought that would be fun too, like if I was doing it closer to the beginning of my album and then having little photos. And then I think this one also says joy, love, and peace. So I really don't know what's going to happen with this, what's going to be, but I've just kind of collected all my little joy pieces together so that they are available for me to use when I'm wanting to bring in this aspect of joy, which is going to be spread throughout my album this year. Not something I've really ever done in my December daily is taking my reason why and spreading it throughout my album, but there's enough little bits and pieces and nods that I can make to joy for this year that I thought I would give it a go. So those are my ideas. I'm now going to get working on them and I'll come back and share with you what they look like all done. I am back to share with you what I came up with, and one of them has a sort of a process because I went with the joy and went off in 3 different directions. So I shared that video yesterday, so you can have a look at that if you're interested in it. And then of course, once these are actually pages with photos and stories and stuff, I'll do a full flip through when I'm done. So to start off, I do have the joy one. I did fussy cut that out as well as the gather vellum. Oh, my R fell off. I'm gonna have to reinforce that. And I came up with this cute little pocket. I love this. And it just says the joy of December. My plan, I really love the stars. I really don't want to take away from them. So I actually think I'm going to have a little slice right where the pocket part is and then have it pull out from there. And then maybe do a little bit of embellishing or something. I'm not really sure. But if I decide I want it to be a fold over, if I have more to tell in the story, I thought I could do, you know, a little photo or something. And I have this 20 I thought I could use to mark this as day 20. I'm not sure that's going to happen or not, but I have that waiting for me just in case. And then I just need to go back and reinforce those letters. I peeled them off of the foam that they were on. They were thickers, and they were quite sticky. So I thought it would be okay because it was going on to this transparency, and those things tend to stick pretty well, but I think it needs just a little reinforcement. So there's the joy. I did the quick pocket. with the leftover vellum that I had in Allie's handwriting, and this beautiful green. It's just so gorgeous. And again, leaving myself the ability to either have it be like this, so maybe I'll have like a flip up and some more story here with photos, or maybe I'll turn this into like a tag and then you'll just see it on the back, or maybe it will not be part of the story at all. I don't know, but I wanted to keep them together, so I gave myself the ability, and I just added this cute little trim. It is fraying, and I'm wondering, I have been doing what I need is a lighter, and you kind of singe the edges so that they stop doing that, but you know, that doesn't tend to be my style, so I've just been adding a little bit of Scotch tape, and then when I need to come back to it, I can. And also, I'll play with it more in a minute, but it does kind of just make it, I don't know. Anyways, that doesn't matter. You guys don't care about that. This is my pocket one. So I love how that turned out. Super easy. Just cut it to page protector size, stitched, and added this little bit of trim to it while I stitch. So it's stitched onto the paper. It's not going to go anywhere. And I'm really happy with how that turned out. I also have this one, which I love how this turned out. I think it's super cute. So this is the one where I had this piece of paper kind of the way it was, and so I then just traced it and made them smaller and larger, and then a full 10 by 8. Now I'm not sure that this is the pattern paper that will stay. I don't know. I just like the way it looked. I think it's really pretty. And this is of course all influenced by both Shuin and Ashley Horton had one that was similar to this as well, that I think was like a past, present, future possibly, but I know I've seen it from her as well, so all inspiration from them. But yeah, so it'll flip and there'll be a photo, and then maybe there might be an embellishment, like I haven't, again, until I have my photos, I don't know. And then it flips, and again, photo, journaling, whatever needs to be there. I think this one probably will have something. And then again, and then I have the ability to have, you know, something fun here, and I think I'll probably leave this blank because I like the look of the pattern papers. So it'll either be a photo and this will be taken away, or we'll leave it and have the little bit here. I, again, don't know until I have my photos, until I've designated what this is going to be for. I'm not sure, and I haven't placed it as anything. I think it would be cute to put the year here and have it be one of the years. I just haven't done that yet. It could even possibly be for like 2013, which is our first year together, just Sean and I, because it's kind of classic. But I don't know that my photo qualities are well enough, high quality enough to do that. So anyways, there is this one. Next up, I have the beautiful vellum that had the wreaths plus the vellum with the gold on it, and I love this. So I'll show you my plan is to put it right in the middle, and then this is going into the big 10 by 8 album, right, for the holiday memories album, and I've already marked it as 2014. So I have this fantastic photo of Jackson as a baby in wrapping paper, and I'm going to pair it with that, and then this is going to flip open, and it's going to have photos, so it's facing white. I think will be the best way to go ahead and do that. And you can see I've taped down everything, and I just made sure not to tape it where the gold is, and I'll do the same thing when I adhere my photos. I'm just gonna make sure I put them so you can't see it coming through the other way. And then I have this cute little Christmas tree, which is actually going to be in place of that one, so you can see it through there, that you can flip. And I'm thinking I'm going to have some journaling here, and then again it'll flip and give me the ability to have some extra photos. Of course, 2014 photos look, compared to the photos we have now, they look really old, even though they're not that long ago. And so I thought this is probably the best way to handle 2014, and I love it. I just hand drew H's and fussy cut them out, and I just think it's so cute and playful and just a great way to kind of use not the full wreath. I only used one full wreath. Everything else was the ones on the vellum that were on the side. And so I love that. So I still have the ability to use all those full wreaths, and if I see something else coming up, because again, prep day hasn't happened yet. So I still have so many different ideas I know I'm going to love. Now this one, I'm not sure if I showed you this paper and this plan. So I don't know. But my idea here, I guess I need a piece of paper. I don't really have the right paper here. Maybe I can just grab this. So my idea is to have a 2-page spread in my 10x8 album. And it's going to be this with a photo that gets cut in half and is split between the 2 10x8 sizes. So it's going to be something that you can cut in half. And then I'm going to have little photos here. And then I'm also going to have, you know, the photo, and on the other side, it's going to be, so if this is the photo, it'll then have these as well, sticking out like that. And this cutting the stars in a circle format, and all of this was inspired by a gorgeous layout spread from Kelly Ishmael from, I think it was last year's December daily. I think it was for 2022, but it's gorgeous, and it was on the Ellie Edwards blog, and I love it. So I didn't know what to do with this paper, and now I feel like this is going to come together and be really cute. And I'm also going to do this for one of the years that I'm documenting in my 10x8. And so with that, the plan is to do both each year, but then also group together photos that are alike and share each kind of tradition or moment or something like that. That's kind of my plan with that. Now this one, if you watched the video from yesterday about how I got my joy together, that's where this one came from. So I had originally wanted to put that big joy and the joy of December on this page. However, I flipped to that star paper, and the vibe it gave me was just, I had to do that. But I still loved this idea and this gorgeous piece of paper. And so I went ahead and grabbed another transparency. I fussy cut out another gather from that vellum, stitched it, which I love. And then my plan is I'm going to adhere, I'm going to have one more, I think, flip open. And I'm going to adhere that to this gorgeous heart from the large die cuts. And then it's going to have the journaling, and if it's a year, I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work, but it's going to, whatever it is there, maybe one little embellishment on top. I haven't decided yet. I love the vellum just the way it is, or sorry, the transparency just the way it is. And then it flips, and it's going to have something, and then it's going to flip again and have photo and photo and photo. And I really think it's super cute. And this heart is just going to be that heart. So I might do a fun photo on the back of it, but the green is just there to be pretty and to keep it an elegant type looking spread, which is what I love about this so much, is it gives off that vibe, that elegant vibe. And I'm just really digging it. I'm so happy with how this one turned out. Okay, next up is this one, and I think this one's gonna be super cute as well. This is the one with all of the patterns that I loved so much, and so I'm just going to place the patterns. I believe I did it like so, can't quite remember. And then I have I fussy cut out It's the Happiest Season of All, which I thought was really cute. And I'm gonna line that up some way, somehow. And then these will be flips. I'm assuming I haven't quite, right? I just haven't quite placed where everything's gonna go, but this is kind of the gist of it. And then there will be photos, and those flip out up and have journaling and more photos. And then I did give myself the ability to use this. I think it just kind of matches, and then I can have another fun photo or a lot of journaling matched with this. And then of course to the side of that will be a large photo. My goal for the year ones that have a set year to them is to have a large photo paired with it to help kind of highlight maybe my favorite photo of that year, which is hard to do, especially when you have 3 kids and you have a favorite photo of each of them. But that is kind of where I'm at with this one. I think that'll be really cute. I'm excited to play with that and get my photos printed. And then I think this is the last one, and it's got a few pieces to it. So let's see if I can figure this out. First thing is this is the second part of the joy I was talking about. So this is going to be on a photo, and then it's going to be on a full 10 by 8 photo, and then I'm going to have all these cute little hearts tucked in, and I think it's going to be adorable, and they're going to pull out, and then you're going to have the photo. So that's how I'm going to use this other bit of joy. I just have it in the same part as this one. And then this one is going to be interactive as well. I could not figure out for the life of me how I wanted to make this work. And now that I have it, I'm very, very happy with how it turned out. So I am going to get this cut and use that more twinkle lights. I'm not going to be covering it up, but I have a plan to use, because of the black, I want to pair it with that. I want to make a little shaker, so I have some sequins to have a little bit of a shaker here, and then it's going to have the black, and then there's going to be the photo, and it's going to flip open like this, and we're going to have, I have a rough draft of this heart, which will be a photo or story, and then again photo or journaling, and then I'm just going to have little embellishments here, and I added that cute little tree from the transparency bits there. And then again, I'm going to have a slice somewhere that's going to pull up and have more photos and stories if I need it. I haven't, I'm doing this for 2016. I do have photos. I'm not sure how many photos I actually needed. And so it's going to go like that. And if I really need to, I don't think I'm going to, but if I really needed to, I could even have this turn into a flip itself, so that it could be more photos and stories. But I think that's maybe a little more interactive than I need it to be. And I would have to trim this little heart, and I don't really want to do that because I like having the heart there. I use one of the trees and those awesome little hearts. So you guys, those are my examples from the beginning ones that I shared. Just kind of rough drafts is what's going to happen. And I'm so excited to have more foundation pages. I have been all about foundation pages this year, way more than I've ever been. Last year I thought I was good. This year I've gone way far beyond that. And it's just been so much fun. I cannot wait for the prep party that's happening on Saturday. I cannot wait for that inspiration and just the inspiration that comes through this community. You are all so amazing and so talented, and I am so happy to be able to be a part of it. So thanks for spending some time with me, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye, everyone.